Hello, hello, dear friends. My name is Victoria Moro, and this is Release of the Day. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can find a lot of news about indie artists and music. Hello, hello, dear friends. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. And now, together with me, is very interesting and nice artist. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm really good. Very excited to meet you.
Oh, thanks a lot. Great. And I hope you are ready for this interview.
Always ready. Born ready.
Always.
But we'll see.
We'll see. I wasn't sure than you're ready. Okay, and then we start. Your name?
I am called Ruiz. That's my artist name, but my full name is Hugh Ruiz. But I'm known as Ruiz artistically.
Where are you from?
It's a long story. I'm based in Sheffield, but my origins come from Barcelona. So that's where my family's from. But I've been living in the UK for most of my life. And now I'm in Sheffield.
Oh, yeah.
You know Sheffield.
Nice, but
Sheffield is the big musical heritage. We have Joe Cocker, Human League, the Arctic Monkeys. There's a lot of music. Def Leppard. There's a lot of very famous bands from Sheffield. And now, of course, me on.
Yes,
I'm on
exactly.
my way. I'm on my way. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, your music style.
My music style is everything. I've only been doing this for a couple of years. I've always been a bass player, and my background was more into punk, I suppose. But my music has come out as, it's been called by a good friend of mine as Iberian Psych. So it's got electronic-y bits in there. It's got 70s and 60s harmonies. It's got post-punk. It's got electronica as well coming out now. It's a big, it's everything I've been listening to over the last 30 years or so is suddenly coming out in my songwriting. So I don't know. I'm going to stick to the psych because you can have anything in psych.
But if we just talk about like short name of this music style.
Yeah,
how you call it?
Iberian Psych.
Okay.
What is that? Well, you have to listen and find out.
Okay, good. Soon we will listen your song too.
Yeah, cool.
Of course, but a little bit later.
Sure.
Okay, the last song you listened to?
The last song I listened to, I think, was the clapping song. I don't know if you know that. It was on the radio on the way home. Clap, clap. My mother told me. It's a track, really good track. But the last track I actually bought, I would say, was probably the Revolver. You know, the Beatles. They've re-released Revolver, and I had to buy the new version of that. It's absolutely amazing. So I would say Taxman by the Beatles was probably the song I've actually listened to on purpose. That's absolutely amazing. I don't know if do you like the Beatles?
Yes, of course, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the new record is absolutely amazing. So when I say new, the new versions of it.
Okay, thank you for recommendation, actually.
Absolutely.
I think I need to listen to this.
You do, everyone.
Okay, and next question. Your favorite movie and TV series?
Wow. Favorite movie ever? Good Lord, that's a very hard one. I would say it's an art film called With Nail and I that came out in probably the mid-60s. Not mid-60s, sorry, the mid-80s, about 86. About two out-of-work artists in the late 60s. And it's about their relationship. So it's With Nail and I. It's a cult classic. And TV series. Wow, that's a very good question as well. I would say of the latest things I've really enjoyed, I might say Stranger Things, because that's got, I would step another 80s connection musically. Stranger Things, I would say, was really, really up there with my love of strange things. Yeah.
Okay, actually, Strange Things is very popular.
It is.
Really popular.
It's made Kate Bush popular again with Running Up That Hill, which is a Another classic track.
Of course.
I'm very 80s, I think. Yeah.
Of course. And the next question, the best book you read?
Wow, the best book I ever read. That's a very good question. I've been reading one recently, again, going back to the Beatles. It's called 1, 2, 3, 4. I just need to find out, I can't remember the name of the author, but it's like it's the story of the Beatles put together from people that were their friends at the time, and it's from various interviews. And it's I'll tell you exactly what it is because I've just got it here. So it's called 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and it's the Beatles, it's by a guy called Craig Brown. 1, 2, 3, 4. Absolutely amazing.
Okay, good. I think it's a nice idea to read this book for recommendation too.
Absolutely, yeah. What really happened? That's the question.
Yeah. Okay, your favorite dish?
Wow, that's a very good question. Ooh, favorite dish. I would have to say it would have to be something from the part of Italy from the north. I would say that an amazing risotto is always a good thing. And arancini, I love arancini as a snack. You know, Italian food is so good. So good. Also, actually, Catalan cannelloni, which I know is an Italian. Also,
Cannelloni.
The Catalan Christmas, so Boxing Day, the day after St. Stephen's Day. See, la crema catalana. It's quite sweet. I haven't really particularly got a sweet tooth, but definitely. So risotto or cannellons, which is the Catalan version of cannelloni. That's the day after Christmas, I would say. Very good.
Okay. Very simple question now. Do you prefer dog, cat, or other animal?
Dog. Without a doubt. I always feel like it's a personal attack on me by cats because I'm allergic to cats. So they make me cry, they make me not breathe. Whereas a dog is a good listener. You know, we used to have a dog called Lola when I was little, and she was very friendly, and you could tell her anything and she'd never argue. She'd always listen. She'd always be happy to see you. You know? Whereas a cat, ciao. Very selfish animals. Definitely a dog.
Okay. Which artists influence you most of all?
Well, I would say for me, musically, obviously I've mentioned the Beatles a few times. So I definitely think my love of the Beatles is definitely there. I would say that bands like The Police and Adam and the Ants, sort of for the punky stuff, The Jam I really love. You know, Paul Weller's earlier bands. I would say things like the Human League as well, with that electronic-y stuff. Smashing Pumpkins. I'm even going to say, and people might, you know, I'm not ashamed to say I'm a big fan of Rush, the Canadian, not American, Canadian prog band who were phenomenal, and I don't care, I don't mind. I'm going to say it, but I would say my influence, David Bowie's another one I listen to a lot of music. So it's very hard to say really, but definitely Beatles, definitely, yeah. I'll go for that then. Bit of electronica as well, Human League. Yeah, I just have I'm a big cocktail of sound. But,
okay. Yeah. Okay, but Beatles is on the top.
Absolutely, the top of the toppermost.
Top of the most.
Yeah.
Okay, and now explain your music in a sentence, or even better, in a word.
Eclectic.
Wow, very interesting. Thank you. And now, have you played any notable gigs, festivals, or other events?
Okay, as myself, as a solo artist, I haven't played anything yet. I play when you listen to my music, it's all me sitting in this room with my various guitars and things. I play everything and sing and record everything. The only thing I don't do is the drums are programmed, but everything else is purely me. So to get a band together, it would be interesting. What would I do? Would I play bass? I'd have to sing, obviously. Would I play guitar? I don't know. I'm not drums because I can't drum. But in my other life as a bass player in other bands, I have played quite a few different places. I've been very lucky to meet quite a few sort of great other bands on my travels and stuff. Played in Spain a few times, played up and down the country here. But as Ruiz, I'm hoping that when my next LP comes out, which was supposed to be November, but you know, these things never happen. It's probably going to be, I reckon, realistically March now. Keep putting it back. I hope to do my first concert, which you're very welcome to come to.
Where it can be, somewhere.
Well, absolutely. Who knows? Somewhere. I don't know. We have a very good venue in Sheffield. Well, we have various good venues, but there's a place called the Lead Mill, which is a phenomenal place to play. Or Yellow Arch Studios would be a really good place to play. There are loads of places, but it will happen. It will happen. But when, I don't know, to be honest. But
okay,
March,
but we hope for the best.
Absolutely, yes. Maybe in Latvia or Milan. I'm very happy to come and play out there.
Of course. Okay, next question. What's your best quality and what's your weak spot?
You said this was going to be an easy interview. My best quality, I would say, is that I'm not. What's the word? I like to listen. There's always various ways of doing things. I'm not like stubborn and I'm going to do it like this. This is the way to do it. No, I will accept and welcome criticism, you know, from people that are experienced, I would say. Weakest spot. I think as I grow older, I tend to have more and more midlife crisis and decide that I want to buy another guitar or, you know, another record or some more equipment. And my weak spot is that I always want more. You know, I have lots and I should really say, yeah, I've got lots. Why would I want any more? But it's that sort of, I don't know. Yeah. You know, so there we go. Yeah, I would say I've got to stick with that. More guitars. There's no room in the house, but anyway, yeah. So yes.
Okay, and also I can say that you are quite honest because you tell to us a lot about your weak spot and
not much about my
best quality. Yeah.
Well, I think honesty. There we go. Honesty is really the best policy, isn't it? I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, yes. Okay, next question. In what you believe? In general, in what?
This is a very philosophical question. What do I believe in? No, I'm not going to talk religion. I say I believe in being good and truthful and honest to yourself and to other people. And always don't judge someone until by their appearance, get to know people. That's what I would say. Be open. You know, it's a big world out there and there's lots of amazing people. Just be honest and be a good person. That's what I would say with my policies.
Oh, beautiful and nice. Thank you so much. Okay, how is your music creation process?
Well, I have a guitar downstairs by the TV and I have my phone, so I tend to record little ideas, riffs and stuff. And I have never sat down and thought, right, I'm going to write a song about a cat that I don't like. You know, I'm not or love or hate or any of those things. I just come up with ideas, musical journeys, and I record them in stages. Sometimes I'll play a whole song through on the guitar. Sometimes I'll use my keyboard to come up with interesting sounds. And then I arrange like a jigsaw, musical jigsaw. And then once I've finished the sonic process, I'll sit down and I'll think to myself, right, what could this song be about? What does it inspire in me? And then I'll write a song about what comes out. I tend to write a lot of things about relationships that haven't quite worked, or, you know, childhood sort of things that I've spotted about being unfair. I mean, the song that you're hopefully going to play, One Rule, was inspired by the rubbishness of Boris Johnson and the whole thing about COVID and about how corruption has gone on. And it's called One Rule because basically in this country we had lockdown. We weren't allowed to visit our friends or families. We weren't allowed to go and visit people in hospital who were dying. We had to keep away. Yet at number 10 Downing Street, where the Prime Minister is, they had parties, and it was all right for them to get together and drink, and whilst we were in isolation. And it's about also things that really anger me, like the things that have gone on in Spain, fascism, like through Franco's time, which still is there now. The unfairness, basically, that there is. That song is my angry song, my protest song. Hopefully it'll come out. And the video as well has got lots of footage from things that have gone on historically. The tank man in China that stood in front of those tanks, defiance, basically. It's just there's different things trigger my songwriting. So, but yeah, I don't start off with I'm going to write a song about this. I'll just write some music and then think, right, what could this go with? And that's my process generally.
Yeah. Together with inspiration, actually.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, and now, if it's possible, please sing to us 15 seconds one of your favorite song a cappella.
I can't do that. I can't do that. No, I need to. I don't really have my favorite songs. I can't do that right now.
Okay.
Come back in March and I'll sing you a whole song.
Okay. Now we know.
Now I've said it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. No problem. And now is our final question. Tell to us about your music project and your future plans.
Okay, so I have another single coming out soon. I'm hoping it's going to be November. It's called Human Touch, and it's another one inspired by COVID, because I got COVID. I was out of action for 6 months. I had long COVID. And then I realized as well that the world, since we all went into lockdown, nature became incredible. There were loads of animals and things. But as humans, we sort of gone backwards. We've lost the ability to talk and be nice to each other. Everyone's very, suspicious. And I've noticed there's been a lot of people are really suffering mentally with their mental well-being. So that song's about that. As I mentioned, I've got another album. I've only been doing this since went into lockdown. So from 2019, I think. I'd never recorded any music before, and since then I've just constantly been writing. So I've got about 35 songs now, which is a huge amount. There's a quality control, obviously. They're not all amazing. Some of them are just brilliant. But that's a joke, by the way, personally. But so I've got another album coming out. As I said, hopefully it's going to come out in March. So my plan is that realistically, December, one more single. Then there's going to be hopefully another one in February. And then with the album March, hopefully. And then obviously with that live, that's to get Ruiz live. How that will do that, I don't know. Whether it's going to be me and a guitar and some friends, or will it on my computer, obviously, because a lot of backing tracks and stuff, or will I get a full live band? It's probably going to be using a bit of live people, but also technology as well, I think. So that's my ambition. I don't have a name for the album yet, but we'll see. Watch this space. There's more coming, that's for sure.
Oh, thank you so much for this interview. It was very nice, and we wish you all the best with your ideas and your concert and recording and everything. And thank you so much for this beautiful interviews, and you find time for us. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And what song are we going to listen to now?
Well, I hope it's One Rule. I don't know. Is that the one that you've got? I hope so. That's the latest one. And that's the song I was telling you about that was inspired by the corruption, political corruption, and fascism and just lies.
Okay. But actually tell for our audience where they can find you.
Right.
Internet
Absolutely. I have a website that is www.ruizmusicuk, so that's RUIZ music, okay, .net. Okay, you can find me on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel which I think is Ruiz. There's an email. You can email me if you like. I can send you some links and stuff. But if you search for Ruiz, the trouble with Ruiz is that it's one of the most common surnames in the Spanish-speaking world. So if you were to find me, I've got Spotify, I've got Apple Music, I've got all the things. If you look for me on Spotify, okay, you put Ruiz, but then if you look for my album, my last album was called Mind Games, okay, it does tend to bring me up. So there's Ruiz, R-U-I-Z, exclamation mark, and then Mind Games, a bit like the John Lennon album. Or in fact, Ruiz, and then there's a lot, you can see there's a theme here. If you look for my last single, previous single was called Falling, or the one you're going to play now, One Rule, hopefully it'll bring it up. There's various ways, but ruizmusicuk.net is the website as well.
Thank you so much, and now please enjoy the beautiful track.
Is it one rule for us and none for you? It's the best day of your life, your first. It's the first day of your life, your best. You grow so quick, smiles and tears flow through your everyday. One rule for us and none for you. You know charity begins at home. So do you end up just looking after your own? The leaders that we have, driven by corruption and greed, are bleeding mankind dry. One rule for us and none for you. Let's hope your soul can be recycled. The monster have your attention. Let me open your eyes. Look at all the things you've destroyed with all your life. One rule for us and none for you. Bring your soul to the lost like claiming musical angels narratives. To heroes and mountain legends helpers, saints and sinners, you've all got it coming. Quit reflecting, life is too short. Love will save you, sorry to say. All sides is taken, just take the hit. Don't say they didn't want you, don't say you're not to blame. The best day of your life was your first.